First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, the bishops, the elders. All right. Those are the men that I learned from, so those are the men that I follow. I also would like to say I am not a Great Millstone member. I'm just a babe in the truth, doing the best I can. All right, so let's jump right into it. Esau's blessing, which is thy sword. Okay. Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red in power. That red one is Esau, who was Edom. Okay. His blood, first and foremost, his blood shows forth in his skin. Esau, Edom, is the self-proclaimed white man, and his blood shows forth in his skin. And also the name goes into wasted away is he. What was wasted away? His pigment. Okay, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And he did. Ever since he came into the world with his blessings. He took power from the earth. Nobody could stop this man. Shit, when he was chasing Gad around with that Gatling gun, I want to say, although, you know, Gad, they was running in zigzags and come up on Edom, still fucking them up. But he conquered Gad by his blessings, which was ordained because we went off as a nation, okay? And that the northern tribe and the southern tribe split in the time of Solomon. Rehoboam, what was it? Rehoboam and I forget the other brother's name. But anyway, and you know, that was the only time of peace, which was like 30 or I think it was 40 years when King Solomon reigned on the earth. And then it was prophesied that there would be a split where Gad came over here, the northern tribe came over here on the other side, and eventually got taken down from Esau, Edom, through what? His blessings, which was the gun. If he ain't had that, there's no way he would have took over. So Psalm 17:13, and it reads, arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. Right, because he's going to eventually come down with that sword again in the latter time, which is approaching fast. The sword can be the ICM missiles, which he's going to destroy this place, okay, which is all ordained by the Lord, okay. Also, the sword can be that, you know, the Karax, basically, which is the syringe, right? The Karagma, the mark, right? If I'm saying that right, okay? Because they're going to use that instrument to insert what? That mark that's going to be implanted in you. That's also known as the sword. So let's go right into it. Genesis 27:39, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing? Right, because at the time it was Isaac. He was in his dying age. He was up in age. He had twins. Who was it? Esau and Edom. I mean Esau and Edom. Jacob and Esau. Right? And basically Jacob was Rebekah's favorite, and Isaac was Esau was Isaac's favorite. But Rebekah had dressed up Jacob in some hairy garments. Okay, you can read the story. All right, because that was Esau's description, basically. He was known as a hairy dude. He was a hunter, right? And he was known as that hairy red one. So basically, Rebekah put some type of hair on Jacob, came in on Isaac's, you know, basically dying bed, and asked for the blessing. And Isaac had blessed him. So going right into it, Genesis 27:39, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. because he found out that Jacob got the blessing. And he's like, yo, you only got one blessing? And he started crying like a little bitch that he is. Period. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the day of dew of heaven from above, Salakia, and by thy sword thou shalt live. Now, what man do you know that's living by thy sword today? Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Right. And that goes in the time of the Renaissance period, where he was basically, chained up for 1,000 years. Okay? Went into them caves in Europe, the bottomless pit. All right? And them yoke basically got torn off, and he came back into power and been ruling ever since. They don't like to talk about the Dark Ages. Okay? And it reads, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said to his heart, and Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. Hey, and he's been slaying us ever since. And now, moving on as far as prophecy said was going to happen, you got ICE out there, right? Slaying all the tribes. Isaiah 54:16, and that goes back since the days of Cain and Abel, which we believe that that line of Cain goes into Esau. Okay, that was the spirit. Cain, I want to say, is the name prediction. Omen. What does Cain stand? It's like a sword or something. His name stands for sword or a weapon or something like that, which is basically Esau Edom. Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and he bringeth forth an instrument for his work. That's right. The Lord created Esau Edom. Basically, he created him who basically came up with the atomic bomb. Okay, the ICM. All right. And I have created the waster to destroy. And that's what his job is. He's known as that destroyer. But he's going to self-destruct. Live by the gun, die by the gun, right? Let's go into Micah 2:2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work of evil upon the beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they know they have the power. They can't even go to sleep at night without thinking wickedness, all right? And how to basically put us more under than we already are. He's the damn devil. Matthew 26:51. And behold, one of them which were with Yahushua stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck a servant of the high priest and smote off the ear. Right. I want to say that was Peter defending Yahushua when they came for Yahushua. Peter drew his sword and cut off one of the men's ear. And it reads, then said Yahushua unto him, put up again thy sword into this place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. Right. Because our weapons of warfare are not carnal. Prophecy had to play out. So he's like, put that away, man. This ain't our time to fight. You see? So how much more in today's time? Although we will have that time, it is going to be that time is going to be given where we're going to just start breaking loose. Where power is going to be given to some men, okay? And 1,000 should take, what is it? One man should take 1,000, if I'm saying that right. So reading on, Amos 1:11, because Esau's judgment is coming to him also. What you reap is what you sow. Thus says Yahweh, for 3 transgression of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue the brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept thy wrath forever, and even today. Still, but I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Basra, right? Which is Esau, Edom. Revelation 13:10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Hey, and here's the patience of faith of the saints. So we have that faith. When it comes to the saints, starting with the 144 and the 1/3, who was ordained from the foundations of the earth, right? And that's all I got, you know? Yep. That's it. His blessings was the sword. Our blessings is the kingdom. You know? So with that, all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.